In 2 weeks since the mega earthquake that devastated large swathes of Turkey and Syria happened.
And against incredible odds, rescue teams continue to perform miracles and are still pulling people out alive from under the rubble, often with the help of specialist dogs.
Now, 11,000 international search and rescue units from 80 different countries have gone to provide support to the affected region. And I'm delighted to say we're joined now by the leader of one of those teams. It's Ryan Gray from the canine search and rescue unit. You're in Northern Ireland. And I think, Ryan, you've got one of the two dogs that you took with you. Just tell us about the dogs and how important they have been in the rescue effort in a situation like this.
Yes, good morning. So this is Max. He's a lot more chilled out this morning than he has been for the last sort of week. Dogs are very, very important in scenarios like earthquakes. They clear the rubble sites extremely fast and indicate, potentially, if there's someone below the rubble, which then allows the rescue workers to start digging down and try and free those people below the rubble.
And can you tell us specifically about a couple of the incidents that the dogs were involved in? I believe there was actually a really happy ending to one of those tales.
There was, yes. So pretty much on the last day of our deployment, both of our dogs and a Portuguese dog indicated to say there was somebody alive below, I think it was a 7-story block that had completely pancaked down on itself. The dogs were adamant there was someone alive down there, and eventually then the Chinese rescue team came on site with a fantastic piece of equipment that locates heartbeat, and they also then confirmed, and a 42-year-old woman was rescued from under that rubble. You can see in the video here, this is one of the dog handlers, Kyle Murray, and search dog Delta, indicating that you can hear the dog barking that she's saying there's someone below there.
And there was actually, as you say, someone down there. Now, when we're watching these pictures, as you say, your two dogs, Max and Delta, we can see the situation that they're working in. There's rubble all around. This is quite a dangerous occupation for dogs, isn't it? Because I think one of the dogs from Mexico was sadly killed when a building collapsed on them. But the dogs come back with their paws cut, with all sorts of possible difficulties. Just tell us about how dangerous it is for the dogs to work and the effect that it has on them.
It is incredibly dangerous. As you said, a search and rescue dog from Mexico died out there, and it died trying to save human life. You know, the dogs are put in very hazardous situations, but it's very well managed. There's a lot of risk assessments. The dogs have boots, they have goggles, and each time they come off a site that they're inspected thoroughly. And we also carry trauma packs for the dogs should anything happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a tremendous... I mean, I know that GB News viewers out there will be absolutely ecstatic about this story. They really, really love their dogs. We do know that. Have they become something of local heroes? Must be quite in demand where you are for a nice stroke and a pat on the head and maybe a thank you treat.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody knows our names, and we're totally fine with that. It's where's Max and Delta and the other search and rescue dogs on our team. It was quite overwhelming, actually, in the airport coming back. We flew out of where we were. We flew to Adana and up to Istanbul. And Istanbul's a very big airport, and the Turkish people. It took us a long time to get through the airport. The Turkish people were kissing the dogs and praying for the dogs, calling the dogs heroes. It was very overwhelming.
Well, that's interesting because Turkey doesn't have a very good reputation where its animals are concerned, so perhaps it's helped them to change their opinions. But, I mean, as you say, Max is looking very chilled out there. Now you've got him back. Now you've got both of them back. Just very briefly, what are they going to be doing for the next couple of weeks?
Very little, we hope. Obviously, as soon as we land back here, we're straight back on the call-outs for Northern Ireland. They responded to missing people. So they've been about the place. They've got a couple of their pictures taken a couple of times, some press releases. But as much as we can, he'll be lying like this on the sofa, getting his tummy rubbed. I can see his eyes going there. He knows we're talking about him. So, yeah, he'll be doing very little.
That's good to hear. Ryan, thank you very much indeed.